Hey everyone. So, I just want to give you a warning. If you are squeamish about blood or anything like that, I suggest you click off this video because this video is going to describe everything that I've been through over the past 3 months. You heard that right, months. Okay, so if you remember, um, a few months ago, I did a pregnancy test on my channel and the test come back negative. Well, I also informed you that I took a pregnancy test and it come back positive. I just did not get it on video. So I waited about a week and I took another pregnancy test and that one was negative, and I was like, well, maybe the positive one was faulty. So I went for almost 3 months without having my cycle. I was concerned. I didn't understand why my cycle was running so late, because the only time that I've ever had it run late is if I was pregnant. So, fast forward to September the 9th. I actually started. Well, when I started, it was extremely heavy. Like, it was real heavy. And I was like, well, maybe it's just heavy because I've missed 3 months. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. If you miss, you're going to make up for it when you start back. So, I noticed that it kept going and it kept going and it kept going. And each time the flow got heavier and heavier. Well, it went on from September the 9th until yesterday. Thankfully, the Prevera kicked in and it completely stopped everything. So basically, for the past 3-4 weeks, when I've been uploading, I've been completely drained of energy. Why? Because what I thought was my period was actually hemorrhaging. You heard that right. Hemorrhaging. I did not realize that I was hemorrhaging. I just cast it off as a period because, we get them every month. So I didn't realize how bad it was. I went to get up one day and I noticed that I had blood on my legs, and I was like, okay, now I'm concerned. So I called my doctor and I made an appointment, and they were going to see me the next day, which was Thursday. They were going to see me Friday. Well, I had done gotten to the point to where I had done lost so much blood that I was barely able to walk. I barely had any color in my face. I barely had any energy. It was not good. My husband began to become concerned. I was not able to cook supper like a wife could because I was completely weak. Like, my energy level was gone. It was completely gone. And if you go back and you watch the last 3 weeks of videos, you'll be able to tell a difference in my energy level and how I talked, because I was completely drained. It took everything in me to get these videos up for you because I love you that much and I want to keep you informed on everything that is going on around our world. But it's like my body was attacked. It was attacked. That's what it feels like. And once I woke up on Friday morning, I was getting ready to go to the doctor. I was going to walk because it's just across the street from where I live. So I thought, well, I could just walk because it's just across the street. so I didn't have a ride or anything because we only have one vehicle and my husband had it at work. Um, I went to get a bath and I noticed I lost some blood. And I come back in here, and by the time I come back in here, I was so drained of energy. I told my husband, I said, there is no way that I can walk to the doctor. So I just laid on the couch and I passed out and I went to sleep. And I woke up around, I want to say it was around 11:45 Friday. And I talked to my husband and everything. And we decided that when he got off of work at 3:30, we were going to go to the ER. Okay, so fast forward to 2:30, an hour before my husband was scheduled to get off work. I was worse. I was so much worse. So a friend of mine, came and picked me up and took me to the ER. Now, I got to the ER at 2:30 Friday afternoon. I did not leave the ER till 10 o'clock that night. Why did I have to spend all those hours at the ER? Well, basically, I had to spend all those hours there because they were trying to figure out what was causing the bleeding. They were trying to figure out what was causing the pain and what was causing the weakness. They done a blood pregnancy test. The blood pregnancy test come back negative because she was concerned that I was pregnant in my tubes. Well, that wasn't an issue, so that got crossed off. So once that got crossed off, then we went to a CAT scan. So they sent me to the radiology to get a CAT scan done. And while I was getting the CAT scan done, they ran dye through me, which it felt very weird. And they sent me back to my room. Well, next thing you know, 15 minutes later, 2 nurses come in and said they had to do a cath. They had to get a sample. I was like, okay. They did that, and then they left. And then the doctor comes in and she says, okay, we're going to have to schedule an ultrasound. I said, okay. So I waited about an hour and they came and got me and took me for an ultrasound. While I was in the ultrasound room, they did on top of the stomach and they did internal. So I was in a lot of pain. When I got back to the room, the doctor came in and she said, well, we have good news. There is blood flow that is going to your ovaries, so you don't have to worry about surgery. But we do have a tennis ball size cyst on your right ovary, or right by your right ovary. It's not on it, it's by it. So once she told me this, she said that she was going to send me home and she was going to let me take Provera. One thing I forgot, while I was there, I was in so much pain, they had to put me on morphine. A little bit of morphine because I couldn't tolerate that much. So it was a little bit of morphine. And they put me on a bag of fluids. And once they done that, and they gave me Zofran because I was very nauseous. And once they done that, then after all the tests were finished, after waiting for hours, like I literally spent the day there, like half the night. My husband was with me. He would not leave my side. I told him over and over, honey, you can go home. I may be admitted. You can go home. And he said, no, he's not leaving me. So he stayed with me the whole time. The doctor comes in and she said, okay, we're going to let you go home. I'm going to send you home with some medicine, which is the Provera, to stop the bleeding. She said that if I wake up anytime during the weekend and my heart is racing or I feel weak or the bleeding is worse, to come back to the hospital and they would admit me. Otherwise, contact my OBGYN doctor and have a follow-up done. So I just got off the phone with them. I have a follow-up tomorrow at 10 a.m. And hopefully we can get answers to find out exactly what caused the hemorrhaging and what we can do about the cyst. I believe they said they're going to try to shrink it because it's not my ovary is not twisted. They do not have to worry about blood flow, so they don't have to worry about removing it. So the next step is going to be to shrink it. So, like I said, I just wanted to come on here and tell you exactly what was going on. I promised you this video. Thank you so much for the prayers. Thank you so much for checking on me. Because if I miss a video, something has to be wrong. And for the past month, I've been so weak that I wanted to get these videos up because, one, I love Jesus and I want to share him as much as I can, especially when he gives dreams. And I know he will give me strength to get through these videos if I only obey him. And two, I love y'all so much. Y'all are my family. You're not subscribers, you are family. And I am dedicated to sharing God's word with you. I'm dedicated to keeping you informed on everything that is going on around the world. And so much is going on right now. I do not have time to slack on my videos. I do not have time to sit and relax. Although I have been relaxing, so please don't say anything in the comments about me relaxing. I promise I've been getting as much rest as I can, but I wanted to update you on that. And ladies, if you ever have a period and it is heavier than normal and you fill up a pad after only 2 hours, please seek medical attention quickly. Don't do what I did because it could have cost me my life if I would have waited any longer. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video.